I hang out in the caves all day long.
You do. Do you hang upside down at all? Or no?
Sometimes. Depends on what mood I'm in.
This podcast is sponsored by Release Winery. Every wine tells a story. Each growing season, it's our goal to create an artisan Napa Valley wine of exceptional quality. Join us as the story of this ultra-limited wine continues. Learn more at releasewinery.com.
Yeah, we're going. I mean, yeah, we like to pick on the fresher side. We like lower alcohols, good acidity, and the seeds were brown and the fruit was ready. And both sides, younger vines, first crop off both sides. But we're really happy with the chemistries, and you taste the juice. I look for that sugar acid balance, and the numbers don't lie. And we're really happy so far. It is Chardonnay. Yep. So we planted at Renegade Ridge, which is one of our single vineyards that we make here. And then we bought some fruit from Van Nusen, which is over in Ewell Amity, across the street from the south side of Seven Springs. We thought that things might be a little bit later, but it's the contrary. We had a very aggressive start. The growth pushed very quickly in the spring, and we've just slowly maintained it. And here we are, harvest. All my Pinots are at 20 to 22 bricks. So depending on this little rain that we get the next couple of days, we could easily be picking by the middle to end of next week, and I can see us going strong there on out. I started in June of last year, and last year was my first harvest. I had an entire cave full of wine, so I put together the blends with my crew here, and they had already made the wine the year before. Everybody that made the wine stayed on. And we made the blends, we bottled them up, and harvest last year was very successful in 2018. And here we are again. I've come full circle a few times on a few different things, and I feel really good. You test a lot of things. Like last year, just sort of testing how much fruit we can process in a day, what the vineyards are having to say. Could this vineyard be more colorful? Could have I picked that sooner or later? And I think this year, it's nice to know what performed well, what the winemaker before me had made, and what I liked, what I made in 18 and liked. And now we start to sort of develop preferences in vineyard, and we can start kind of building our programs differently. So it feels really good. It was junior year in high school, and my teacher started talking about viticulture and enology, Mr. Gin, at Oakmont High School in Roseville. And I just remember popping my hand up, and I was like, hey, we have viticulture, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's the science of growing grapes. I was like, you can do that for a living? He's like, yeah, you can do that. And, we're filling out college applications, everybody's asking what are you gonna do for the rest of your life? And you should really pick something. It's So I picked wine. I mean, I had a very strong Catholic background, not as strong now, but I had this mythical drink, I just remember all these parables about people showing up late to work, but they got paid the same amount, and, turning the blood of Christ into wine. And it's always been this sort of magical potion for me. And my dad and I worked a lot in my backyard growing up, put it in a garden. I had grapevines, just kind of twisted them around some 4x4s that I put into the ground, and I had a little hammock, and grapes were just sort of always that really interesting thing. And I met somebody really early in my career when I was working at Starbucks, and he's like, work hard, pretend that somebody's always looking over your shoulder, because that person's going to tell whoever you work for how you work. And he's like, and just pick something and be good at it. He's like, because if you want to switch to something else, you're gonna have to be good at what you do no matter what you do. So put everything you have into it. And then I went to Cal Poly, and the whole motto there was learn by doing. So the more experience you have, the better you can be at something. So I think a lot of those philosophies have guided me through my life, and nothing better has come along And if it does, I'll jump on that boat. But I really like this lifestyle.